Mayweather will show the science, the sweet science of boxing. To me, is by far the best boxer that I ever saw, because he knows where is his position, he knows what he needs to win, and nobody can beat him for so many years, and most likely he will go out undefeated, because I cannot see anyone on his weight division that he can beat him.
But Samson, that's a huge compliment from you. You've been in boxing for many, many years. To say Mayweather's the best you've ever seen, and you've seen them all, that's a big compliment. What did you think?
I told you, he's the best.
He is? You told me he's one of your favorites?
My favorite, probably.
Es lo mejor que se puede mirar en el box ahorita.
Some of the best you can see in boxing, you know, it's not just brawling, but boxing. You gotta appreciate boxing. Le comentó que Mayweather es el mejor peleador de la historia.
Sí.
A lo que le ha mirado. ¿Usted también cree?
Yo también.
My dad believes so too.
What do you think?
Well, from what I've seen, you know, he is. I didn't see much of Sugar Ray Leonard or like the Ali or, you know, Floyd Patterson or all these other great fighters that, you know, time has had. But
complete fighter.
But I didn't see them, so I can't really compare it to them. It won't be really fair. But from what I've seen, he is the best.
Last thing, Mayweather's 47-0. What's his legacy if he walks away from boxing in 3 fights? Is it the best defensive fighter ever?
No, best fighter ever.
Best fighter ever.
Yeah, it's not a defensive thing. He got some of the best legs boxing has ever seen. And I say that, and if you notice, he don't do a lot of bouncing. It's all pivoting movements and turning and angles. Like even me and Ali and people that you see that be bouncing, that's different type of footwork than what Floyd do. Floyd uses angles. He's pivoting. He's low. He's high. He's giving level. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, people need to be grateful, but, you know, when he's gone, you know, they appreciate him a lot more.
Mayweather is in anybody's mind now that he is the best. He keeps on proving it over and over and over again. And tonight convinced me, I have to say the truth, convinced me that he is the best. Possibly, there's obviously a lot of people who will say and who can argue this, but of all time.
Is Mayweather TBE? I know you're a huge fan.
For me, he is. For me, I know that a lot of people kind of go back to the heroes of the past and whatnot. TBE doesn't mean you definitely beat everybody in history. You know what I mean? I think there's always somebody that beats somebody, styles, big fights and whatnot. But at the same time, I think Mayweather, for me, is the most complete fighter, the smartest fighter, and that's not a knock on any of the other past greats. Greats of the past are also something unbelievable that I'm a fan of a lot of those guys as well. But I think Floyd is just a little bit above.
All right. Thank you, Paula.
Mayweather was very talented, won the bronze. What do you say about his success now? And do you think, will anyone ever beat Mayweather, or will he retire undefeated, one of the best ever?
Nobody will ever beat Mayweather. Mayweather's just too smart. He takes care of himself. He likes to gamble, but he takes care of himself. And, you know, he's, I don't think that there's a fighter that will beat him. He's too intelligent. You know, he's the best fighter, you know, to me now that ever lived.
He's a heck of a fighter. He's accomplished a lot. Unlike a lot of the greats of the past, he's fought a lot of great fighters. If you look at his resume, he really has fought a lot of champions. He has beaten a lot of very, very good fighters. You go back and look at some of the great fighters of the past, and they didn't have the kind of resume that Floyd does. Again, whether you like him or dislike him, you got to give him credit for what he's done.
You know, he showed great boxing fundamentals. He showed great defense. He showed ring generalship. He went in there and showed that, you know, why he is TBE.
How are we going to remember Floyd Mayweather? What we saw tonight, what we saw the last 19 years. How are we going to remember him in your eyes?
I mean, he's been screaming TBE. I give him that. You know, he has showed up for every fight and showed out for every fight. So I thought his defense looked very superb tonight. So that's it.
And, you know, that's why Floyd is TBE, man, because he feels like he is the best ever. I think he's definitely made a mark in the history in the sport of boxing for now and forever. And the best ever. It'll always be, you know, we talk about that with the heavyweights back in the day, Mike Tyson, everybody, you know, so Foreman, Ali, you know, so it is what it is, but at least his name is there to be discussed about.
Duran made a controversial comment recently. Roberto Duran said that Floyd in his era wouldn't have lasted with the Four Kings or any of those fighters, that he would have been ordinary.
He got beat by Ray Leonard.
No, I know he did.
My nephew is more skilled than Ray Leonard is, skill-wise.
Why do you feel that? Like, what part of his game? And I'm not arguing with you, I just want to know.
Got a better defense than Ray Leonard, number one. Ray Leonard's a great fighter. He fought his dad.
Yeah.
You know, but far as defensive-wise, skill-wise, the longest reigning champion in the history of boxing before Floyd was Joe Louis. And after Joe Louis, the longest reigning champion is Floyd.
When somebody is so good at what they do, there's nothing else to do but criticize. There's people who sit on the side and get tired of everybody else supporting that guy. Mayweather's to the point, Mayweather took the thing they had over him. Well, you know, Pacquiao, your legacy is not right until Pacquiao. Well, you never be real unless you fight Pacquiao. They was watching the fight saying, damn. They almost wish he hadn't fought Pacquiao, so they could keep saying it. They wanted to ride out on that. He took the Pacquiao thing away from him. None of us, very few of us in life, have been perfect at something. All right? No such thing as perfection. Most of us haven't seen that kind of success. So when you start showing some success that I've never seen, you're separating yourself from me. My son is watching me, he's watching you. But damn, why don't he? Dad, he's been successful all this time. So it's almost like a hatred comes out. Floyd is at that range now. He took the Pacquiao thing away. They bitter at that. So now it's, what else can they do? Why don't he fight Gennady Golovkin? Why don't he fight till he's 75 years old?
He is the most current, and he's a great boxer, better athlete than Muhammad Ali was and is, well, at his time, but he's not the better man. Muhammad Ali, his greatness was measured in, he's a great man, a hero.
As far as Mayweather, recently he said he's TBE and he's greater than Muhammad Ali. What do you think about that, with those thoughts?
Well, I just feel like when he said that, he kind of had a point, being that Muhammad Ali took over one weight class, being that Floyd took over numerous weight classes from 130 to 154. You know, he had his right to say that, being that you're gonna always have somebody coming up that think they better than the person before them. Why not? Why not have confidence and feel that you're the best that ever put on a pair of gloves? I feel he earned that right to say whatever he wanted to.
And where would you rank Mayweather if he wins on Saturday amongst the greatest fighters of all time?
I don't know. I had to sit down and think, you know, because he's up there with all of them. You know, maybe at the top. You know, when you're looking at his career and looking at the opponents that he had fought and the type of caliber fighters that he fought when he fought them, so you got to look in all of that.
Creo que tenga que demostrar más de lo que ya ha demostrado, porque si va invicto en 49 peleas, de 48, eso ya le demostró que no nomás ha sido en un peso, ha sido de 30 hasta 54, que ningún campeón mundial lo ha hecho. Así es que quiere decir que lo ha demostrado ya. No tiene que demostrar nada más, sino que ya enseñó que es el mejor campeón mundial que ha existido ahorita por años y años. Y de esa clase de boxeadores nace cada 25, 30 años. Así es que él no tiene que demostrar ya nada a nadie. El mundo lo sabe, sabe cómo es él, sabe que va invicto, que le ha ganado a los mejores campeones del mundo. Y así es que tantos campeonatos que ha ganado, no creo que tenga que demostrar más, sinceramente.
When you're talking about his age and still being the best fighter in the world, you know, today at 37 years old, he's already the best ever. I mean, you can't name another fighter at 37 was the best fighter in the world. Now, I ain't saying like Bernard Hopkins is a great fighter. He's almost 50, and he's world champion, but he's still not the best fighter in the world at 30. In their early 30s, the great fighters like Ray Robinson, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, Ray Leonard, and the list goes on. I mean, in their early 30s, I mean, they were a shell of themselves. You know, at 37, I mean, Floyd's the best fighter in the world. So if you base it off where he's at today, you know, as opposed to where the other great fighters were in their career, he is the best ever.
You said Floyd Mayweather is the best ever, and you knew that when he was a kid. How did you know? What was it? Is it God-gifted? Is it the reflexes, the power, the speed?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, a lot of it is God-gifted, but at the same time, I mean, prodigies can be created. People don't think that. They think that every time that someone's, you know, special in what they do, that they automatically is a prodigy. No, they started young enough that made them become a prodigy.